Recently it was announced that another cyclist at the top of their sport has tested positive and banned for 4 years for the use of exogenous erythropoietin, or EPO. I'm not making this video to point fingers or blame because there are so many riders at the top doing exactly the same thing. I'm interested in why is it you take EPO in order to stay competitive at the top, and more importantly, what this tells us about the power of your own blood and how you can harness it to its full advantage to perform at your potential 100% naturally. The case in point was for the use of Sera, which is a third generation of exogenous EPO. Put simply, it is basic EPO with a longer half-life to make it easier for the patients who need to keep their blood score within a healthy range for them to inject less regularly. The foundational reason why EPO of any kind is taken is not only to increase the athlete's oxygen carrying capacity, but also the efficiency of the turnover of metabolic waste products from the working muscle to increase threshold to exhaustion. This doesn't mean more watts, but actually the same watts you can push now, but extended for a much longer period of time, what will feel like almost indefinitely, because you never reach the same point where you build up enough, say, lactate to reach your previous threshold. Naturally, in order for your body to regulate the level of red blood cells and to adapt to an increased need for oxygen, for example, you release the hormone erythropoietin, or EPO, endogenously, which stimulates your bone marrow to produce more red blood cells to meet the oxygen deficit. Now, for most of us weekend warriors, injecting EPO exogenously would be complete overkill at the least and dangerous at the worst. But for someone at the top with a high workload, EPO facilitates an already efficient machine at go time to reach a mutant peak. Though naturally you'll never be able to reach the same level of an athlete doping, the same rules of efficiency through blood still apply, and the gains to be made go beyond marginal. Optimally efficient blood has been found for an athlete to be at a max peak hematocrit of 48 to 50%, at which point it then becomes a diminishing return where the oxygen carrying capacity increases, but due to the viscosity of your blood, it becomes more work for your heart to pump the blood around your body. Through training, diet and lifestyle interventions, it is very possible to increase your hematocrit naturally from your current level, depending on how trained you already are as an athlete. So it's advantageous to be objective, get blood tested, and aim to be within your healthy range in order to perform optimally as an athlete, especially through training blocks where your blood markers will most definitely be affected and relied upon in order to adapt to the exercise. I get tested for a full blood count, iron profile, B12 and testosterone on a month to a 3-month basis depending on how much I'm training. These markers are key. In the future I'm going to be covering the myriad and growing number of ways that pros dope their blood, from anti-anemia pills to blood bags, to highlight the power of blood and how you can apply training, diet and lifestyle techniques to achieve your own natural potential. In the meantime, leave any questions, comments down below. I read everything and I love your feedback. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.